Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube tarot channel. This message is going to be for fire signs, so that's Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius for the week of July 20th. I may decide to film in between now and next weekend, so go ahead and subscribe and hit the notifications button if you like this channel and you'd like to be notified when there are new videos. And please like, share, and comment if you feel so inclined throughout or at the end of the video. So I haven't shuffled yet. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle now. Please give me messages for fire signs. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. What are the messages for fire signs? The week of July 20th. What are the messages for fire signs? Okay, so this is going to be a 6-card self-care spread. I forgot to mention for the main part of the spread, I'm using the Neo Tarot deck. And for the Oracle guidance, I'll use the Sacred Traveler. So we have here coming up at the bottom of the deck the Two of Pentacles. You may be juggling some kind of a situation. Perhaps it's a work situation, perhaps it's a relationship situationship. Not entirely clear, but there's some kind of decision that you're needing to make or some kind of balancing or juggling act that you're currently in the middle of, right? And so we have coming out here at the top of the spread. This deck is interesting. It's typically the Hanged Man or the Hanging Man, but this is the Hanged Woman, which I love. And it's actually coming up here in the reverse. So what I'm getting off of this card is that you may have been sort of in the Hanged Man energy for a little while now, perhaps for the past few months or so, you know, where you were just sort of hanging out, not hanging out, but I mean, contemplating your options, right? Perhaps that's why you're now in this Two of Pentacles, because you were sort of thinking about what you wanted to do, but not quite yet taking action. And what I'm getting is that you will soon be likely taking action. I am getting, you know, that this may be related to a work situation or some kind of business, but we'll get into it. So we have here coming up second, the spread is read right to left, the King of Pentacles. And typically King of Pentacles energy, you could be dealing with an earth sign person, so that would be Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo, or this could be talking about, you know, some kind of monetary investment or injection that you need or that you will be making, and perhaps that's related to this decision here. This decision could also be a decision that someone else needs to make, and that could be why you were in, you know, suspension or in the Hanged Woman energy previously. In this spread, the second card out is the self-care strategy to try. So for all the videos, I've just been reading just the self-care tip for that card. I'm not going to go into the self-care tips or the meanings in the book for all of the cards, but I will do it for this one. So it says, this may not seem instantly appealing, but the King of Pentacles knows the reward is worth the effort. That said, take a couple of hours to go through your finances. Transfer any funds you need to, add your cash to your savings account, file your taxes, or send some invoices. Do something that feels too practical to be considered self-care. Then see how much better you feel when it's done. So yeah, so you may be dealing, you know, with some kind of monetary issues or a decision or business related decision right now, a work related decision right now. And so I really like that self-care tip coming out. I don't think I've actually read that self-care tip in this book for that card previously. So coming up next, it's saying what might be stopping you. And it's interesting because for what signs did I do first? I think it was earth signs. And this is all earth energy. There was a similar kind of arrangement where we had the Queen of Swords, I believe, and then the Page of Swords later on in the spread. And now we have the King of Pentacles. Did I show you this card? And now the Page of Pentacles in the what might be stopping you category. So I'm getting strongly that there is some kind of monetarily related issue or something that may be causing some kind of holdup here, and perhaps that's why that self-care guidance is coming out, because perhaps when you dig into your taxes or invoices or whatever, your accounts, you might find what it is that you're looking for. You see here, this character, I don't know if y'all can see that well, I'm a little further from the camera than usual, but he seems to almost be pulling that pentacle out of the sky. And it's interesting because just looking at the second row here, we have the king, the page, and the two of pentacles. You know, it's almost as if, you know, we put the pentacles from the page and the king together, and then that's where you make your decision, or that's what it is that you're balancing. So apply that how it resonates. If it resonates with someone, please feel free to let me know in the comments. I would love to hear from anyone who's been watching these videos about whether or not the messages have been resonating, and what situations are going on specifically in your life. Okay. Coming up next, we have how to address this, and it is the Knight of Cups coming up in reverse. So I am getting here that, you know, perhaps you or someone else, you know, typically the Knight of Cups is some kind of emotional offer. It can be an offer of love. I'm not actually picking up so much that that is the case here. I'm actually getting, and it's kind of tied to the next card too, so I'll go into that in a second. But I'm getting a little bit that, you know, there's a little bit of a need here to use, what is the saying? Head over heart decisions, to use your logic more over your emotions in this situation. You know, because clearly here from the second row, whatever it is that the situation is tied to, I am strongly getting that it's work or business related. And so I think what you're being asked to do is sort of put on your work hat as opposed to your, you know, emotional whatever. So then we have here the Seven of Cups coming up in the middle, and in the reverse. So it's like this actually. And the Knight of Cups was in reverse too. I'm not sure if I specified that. So yeah, typically Seven of Cups coming up, you know, this can be talking about options too. Sometimes options in love are just like passionate kind of offers. But typically Seven of Cups energy is an energy of confusion. There's like too many options, you know, it's like the fallacy of choice kind of. And what I'm getting here with this Knight of Cups and the Seven of Cups, those of you who have watched me or have worked with me, you know that I sometimes like to add up the elements of the same card. We have the Eight of Cups here. So this is saying, you know, an Eight of Cups energy is about walking away from people or situations that we have emotional attachments to because it's for our better good, it's for our evolution, you know, it's the next sort of step in our path, if you will, that we have to walk away from, you know, something we may have had emotional attachments to, but ultimately at the end of the day, you know, that Seven of Cups energy, that wasn't for us, it was causing us confusion, you know, and perhaps again, that could be informing why you're in this sort of hanged woman, or we're in that hanged woman sort of, you know, suspension mode, and now are in a mode where you have to make a decision. And again, it has to be a decision based off of your mind, your logic, as opposed to your emotions. And this is saying that's the benefit of addressing it. You know, I really feel like by walking away from whatever this is, or by approaching a situation using more of your logic and leaving your emotion sort of behind, right? This could be just saying, walk away from looking at the situation from an emotional perspective. You cut out any of that confusion that may have been there before, anything that was keeping you in suspension, anything that was keeping you from making a decision. And we have here coming out finally the Three of Swords, also in the reverse. All the cards here on the bottom are in the reverse, and I actually think that's, and this Hanged Woman is also in the reverse. I think that's quite positive. So Three of Swords energy, this is saying any past heartbreak, disappointment, betrayal, you're moving on from that. And in fact, I also feel like by, you know, not approaching the situation from an emotional perspective and moving out of any confusion that may have brought, you're also avoiding this in the future. You're avoiding any heartbreak, betrayal, or disappointment because, you know, you've sort of put your logical thinking hat as opposed to your emotional thinking hat on. Okay, so let's get some oracle guidance for the fire signs. Again, this is going to be from the Sacred Traveler Oracle. That flew out quickly. Okay. We have Breaking Trail. A breakthrough is at hand. Okay, yeah. So I'm strongly getting that this is tied to the Hanged Woman energy, again, coming up in the reverse. So that means you're coming out of a place of suspension and you're making a decision as to how to move forward here. So that's beautiful energy. Again, if you like this video, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I will be back within the week with for an update for the fire signs. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.